Hello viewers, here's a recipe for hibiscus makgeolli. So makgeolli is a kind of Korean rice wine that you can make at home. We're going to flavor that with hibiscus, which is part of this flower. Hibiscus has a lot of different names. It's used to make a lot of delicious beverages. You might have had some of these. I've had bissap, which is delicious, and red zinger tea. Anyhow, this is a great flavor. Let's make makgeolli with this flavor. So I'm going to make a single stage brew. This is called danyangju. So I wash rice, first of all. That takes quite a bit of time to wash and drain the rice. Soak the rice for 2 hours, that's important. And then drain it for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to steam it and make hard steamed rice. That's called godubap. And as I'm steaming it, I'm going to include this flor de jamaica, which is hibiscus. So I used about half that package, about 1 ounce, in the middle of the rice that I'm going to steam. So the hibiscus is going to steam along with the rice for 40 minutes. So as this is steaming, let's get the naruk ready. That's the important Korean ingredient that makes this makgeolli. And I'm going to grind this up a little finer this time. Just make it more even. And add some water. Now I could have added some yeast at this stage, but I decided not to. There's some yeast in the naruk already. So now the rice is done steaming. Now we have godubap, which is hard steamed rice, with the hibiscus, which is very colorful. It started to stain the rice already. And then we add it to the jar after it's cooled to room temperature. And add the naruk mixture and an equal amount of water as rice. And then mix this well by hand. Leave the lid partially open, leave it in a dark place to ferment. Now this smells great right now. It has the right smell, it smells like rice, it smells sweet, but there's no bubbles at all. So this is an emergency situation. To rescue it, I need to add some yeast. I thought I could get away with not adding any extra yeast, but it looks like I have to add some. And so I keep stirring it twice a day until I'm sure the fermentation has really started. And I kept it somewhere a little warmer than before. Okay, now it's softened up a bit and there are some small bubbles. So that's good. But I'm still stirring it. And then on day 5, finally, I do the match test. Put the match in there, it goes out. That means it is fermenting. So it is successfully fermenting. I don't need to stir it anymore after that. Okay, so now it's going. Even though it smelled good before, it wasn't fermenting. I didn't need to add that extra yeast. Look at that. It looks great. It's really broken down. So I'm going to, you can see now it's still going out. Now I'm going to show you a difference here between early bottling and late bottling. So I'm going to bottle half of it at day 12. It's not completely ready yet. I know this is early, but I'm going to bottle it and compare it with bottling it late. So it's a great color. And I squeeze it pretty well. I have 175 grams left over, but that was just half of it. And I have about a little less than 1 liter. This is mild flavor, not as much alcohol. So now I let the remaining portion continue to ferment. And I'm going to bottle that many days later. Let's watch and see what it looks like as it's fermenting. Okay, so the rice is really broken down now. There's still some bubbles. Can't get the match to extinguish. So on day 26, I'm going to bottle this. I'm going to compare this with the previous one. So I can pour that all in. This is so soft. So what I'm doing here is just scraping the sides of the strainer so that liquid has a chance to go through. Otherwise, it'll clog up immediately. And it's so soft, I think I could squeeze everything through the strainer if I squeeze too hard. So I'm not actually squeezing super hard. This is still pretty moist, what's left over. And then I bottle that. I have a little over a liter. So the difference is early it's refreshing but mild and weak. And later it's drier, it's not as sweet, but it's richer and stronger alcohol. If you like this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.